At a local river, while fishing with a female friend and his wife, Eric decided to explore a spot further downstream. He was about 100 yards away from the water, when he heard a woman's voice calling his name. It was so loud and clear, that he could not have heard it from such a distance. He turned to look, expecting one of the other girls to have followed him, but there was no sign of them. This disturbed him greatly, and he returned to the river to investigate. Upon his return, he realized that it was not a woman, in fact, it was a ghostly water spirit. Ghostly water spirit are mythical beings, deeply rooted in various cultures and folklore around the world. They are often associated with bodies of water, such as oceans, rivers, lakes, and seas. Water spirits are renowned for their enchanting beauty, mesmerizing voices, and captivating songs, which they use to lure sailors and travelers to their doom. In Greek mythology, sirens were depicted as female creatures, with the head of a woman and the body of a bird. They resided on rocky islands, and sang hauntingly beautiful songs, drawing sailors towards them. These sailors, unable to resist the allure of their music, would navigate their ships towards the Sirens' Island, only to crash on the treacherous rocks and meet their demise. In other cultures, sirens were portrayed differently. For instance, in some stories, they were described as water nymphs, or mermaid-like beings with a fish-like lower body. In ancient Roman mythology, the sirens were often associated with the sea goddess Venus. Throughout history, sirens have been seen as both harbingers of danger and death, and as symbols of feminine beauty, charm, and allure. The motif of dangerous, seductive water spirits exists in many cultures worldwide, such as the German nymphs, the Slavic RUSALKA, and the Norse Nak. In summary, water spirit sirens are enchanting yet dangerous beings from mythology, known for their beautiful songs that have entranced sailors and travelers for centuries. Their allure serves as a reminder of the dangers that water bodies can pose and the importance of caution and respect for nature. Rusalka is a water spirit creature, found in Slavic mythology, particularly in the folklores of Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and other neighboring countries. These beings are often depicted as beautiful young women, but they can also be seen as ghostly or otherworldly figures. According to legend, RUSALKA are the spirits of young women who have died under tragic or violent circumstances, particularly those who have drowned in bodies of water like rivers, lakes, or ponds. They are believed to possess both the powers of water and death. RUSALKA are typically associated with specific bodies of water, and are known to appear during certain times, such as in the evening or during the night of Ivan Kapala, a traditional Slavic celebration in the summer. During this time, it is believed that RUSALKA emerge from the water and dance in the moonlight. Their dances are said to be enchanting and mesmerizing, luring unsuspecting humans who venture too close to the water's edge. These encounters often lead to the person's drowning. RUSALKA are known for their ambiguous nature. On one hand, they can be seen as benevolent, associated with the fertility of nature, and providing blessings to crops and those who show them respect. On the other hand, they can be vengeful and malevolent towards those who disrespect them or harm their domain. For this reason, there are traditional precautions taken by people living near bodies of water, such as leaving offerings or not swimming in certain areas to avoid angering the RUSALKA. In some stories, RUSALKA are depicted as restless and sorrowful spirits, forever mourning their lost lives and searching for peace or redemption. They may appear as ghosts, seeking to avenge their deaths, or haunting the living until their grievances are addressed. These spirits are often considered both dangerous and seductive, capable of luring unsuspecting individuals, especially young men, into the water, where they meet their doom. Local sightings and beliefs about RUSALKA vary across different regions in Eastern Europe, where Slavic folklore has deep roots. People who claim to have seen RUSALKA often describe eerie encounters, hearing distant wailing, or experiencing a sense of being watched while near bodies of water. During the 1950s, in Lake Ladoga, situated in the Republic of Karelia and Leningrad Oblast in northwestern Russia, there existed a small village named Novaya Ladoga. This village was surrounded by legends of an evil water spirit that supposedly lurked in the depths of the river, preying on those who dared to venture too close to its domain. It all began on a warm, moonlit night when a group of adventurous young villagers decided to camp near the river, disregarding the warnings of their elders. They laughed off the stories of the evil water spirit, believing it to be nothing more than a ploy to keep them away from their favorite spot for relaxation and merrymaking. As they set up their tents and lit a bonfire, their cheerful voices echoed through the woods, unaware of the impending doom that lurked in the shadows. As the night wore on, the atmosphere grew eerie, and a sense of unease washed over the campers. Still, they brushed it off as mere imagination, blaming the haunting tales they had heard earlier. As the clock struck midnight, a sudden gust of wind howled through the trees, and the river's waters seemed to churn in an unnatural manner. The campers huddled closer to the fire for comfort, trying to shake off the uneasy feeling that had settled upon them. Then, from the darkened waters, a figure emerged. It was a sinister being, draped in seaweed-like tendrils, its eyes glowing with malevolence. The evil water spirit had come to claim its victims. The terrified campers watched in horror as it floated closer, its presence emanating a bone-chilling coldness. One brave soul, Alexei, tried to defend his friends by tossing a burning branch into the water. But the malevolent spirit simply laughed at the futile attempt. With a flick of its watery hand, the flames extinguished, leaving the group defenseless. In their distress, they remembered an old legend about a mysterious amulet hidden deep within the woods that was said to have the power to ward off the water spirit. Alexei and a few others decided to take their chances and set off into the darkness to find the amulet. Guided by moonlight and the fading embers of their once vibrant bonfire, they ventured deeper into the forest. After a treacherous journey, they stumbled upon an ancient tree with mystical carvings and, at its base, found the long-lost amulet. As they held it aloft, it glowed with an ethereal light, filling them with hope and strength. With the amulet in hand, Alexei and the others hurried back to the campsite, where the water spirit still hovered ominously. As they approached, they recited an incantation they had found inscribed on the amulet, pleading with the spirit to spare their lives. To their surprise, the evil water spirit shrieked in agony, recoiling from the amulet's power. The villagers had succeeded in warding off the malevolent force, and the spirit retreated back into the depths of the river, vanishing into the darkness. The nix is a water spirit that is deeply rooted in Germanic folklore and mythology. It is a type of water nymph that is said to inhabit bodies of water, such as rivers, lakes, and ponds. The nix is known for its enchanting and alluring appearance, often depicted as a beautiful, seductive figure luring people into the water. One of the most famous stories involving the nix comes from the German Romantic poet Heinrich Heine's work titled Die Lorelei. The Lorelei is a rock on the eastern bank of the Rhine River in Germany, and it is said to be the home of a nix or water spirit. In Heine's poem, the Lorelei is portrayed as a beautiful maiden with golden hair sitting on the rock, combing her hair and singing a mesmerizing song. Her song has a magical effect on sailors passing by, distracting them and causing them to crash their ships on the rocks. Another well-known tale involving the nix is The Fisherman and the Nix, collected by the Brothers Grimm. In this story, a fisherman discovers a nix trapped in his fishing net. The nix pleads for his release and promises the fisherman great riches in return. However, the fisherman is wise enough not to fall for the nix's tricks and refuses to set him free, recognizing the danger posed by water spirits. The nix becomes angry and spiteful, threatening the fisherman and revealing his true sinister nature. In many variations of nix folklore, the spirit is often portrayed as unpredictable. Sometimes benevolent and granting wishes, or offering gifts to those who please them, but at other times, they can be malevolent, dragging people underwater to their death. It is believed that the nix possesses a magic cap or cloak that grants them the ability to assume human form, further allowing them to deceive and seduce unwary travelers. One incident happened in a rural village of Germany. Husband of a woman disappeared while taking a hike up the river, which he had done many times before. According to locals, he was taken away by a water spirit, known as nix. He folded his clothes properly before diving into the river, and his fishing line was in place as well. All that was missing was a body. Whatever took him didn't pull him out of the water, it waited until he was inside river. The water was shallow where his boat was found, and the man was an expert swimmer. According to the villagers, the nix looked like half woman and half fish, with long hair and pale skin. It was not an unexpected incident for the community, as they are well aware of the water spirits active in the river. Mami Wata is a mythical and legendary figure, found in various African and diasporic cultures, particularly in West and Central Africa. She is often depicted as a beautiful and enchanting water spirit or mermaid, associated with water bodies like rivers, lakes, and oceans. The name Mami Wata is a combination of the words mami, meaning mother, and wata, or water, in many African languages. The figure of Mami Wata incorporates elements from both African spirituality and European concepts of mermaids and water spirits. In various folklore and cultural interpretations, Mami Wata is considered a powerful and seductive deity associated with fertility, prosperity, and healing. She is often seen as a symbol of beauty, wealth, and feminine allure. Many people believe that Mami Wata can bless individuals with material wealth and success, but she also has the power to bring misfortune to those who disrespect her or break their promises. The appearance of Mami Wata varies across different cultural representations. She is commonly depicted as a mermaid with long flowing hair, captivating eyes, and sometimes with a lower body resembling that of a fish. However, she can also be portrayed as a beautiful woman, with a snake or fish as a companion. The worship of Mami Wata often involves rituals, offerings, and ceremonies conducted by spiritual practitioners, or devotees seeking her blessings and protection. The offerings can include items like candles, fruits, alcoholic beverages, and other gifts. In Africa, there are many stories about encounters with a mystical being called Mami Wata. The most common version tells of her appearing near the ocean, and taking men and women who are swimming or traveling on boats. If she finds the person interesting, she may return them to the shore, completely dry, and with a new perspective on spirituality and religion. This transformation can often lead them to become wealthy, attractive, and famous. There are other stories where Mami Wata leaves her comb and mirror for sailors to find. Once they take these items, she starts haunting their dreams, and asks for them back in exchange for eternal sexual favors. People who worship Mami Wata in Africa and the diaspora often wear her traditional colors of red and white. They offer her valuable items and expensive food, and celebrate her through dancing and music that puts them in a trance-like state. During these rituals, it is believed that Mami Wata can enter the bodies of the dancers and communicate with them, wishing them a successful, healthy, and fertile life. In the soothing embrace of a babbling brook or the crashing waves of the sea, the water spirit's presence is felt, nurturing the natural world and enchanting the human heart. Their fluid grace dances across the waters, leaving ripples of wonder and awe in their wake.